I've been a fire inspector for 10 years, and it's very trying at times when you come to a fire scene and you see a family that's suffered this tragic loss. It's a material loss, but at the same time it's an extremely intense emotional loss. As a senior fire inspector, one of our duties is to conduct fire investigations, and that is post-fire investigation to understand what the causes are of fires and how we can hopefully spread the word to prevent future incidents from occurring within the community. When I look at the job, I have to remember that it is my job, and I'm responsible to be strong and professional and do the job to the best of my ability. There may be a family that's similar to my family. I have to detach myself from that feeling and trying to work with them to get information, to ask them questions in a very difficult time where they may not be ready to discuss where specific items were located or how they went about their day and what could have led to this incident.
Mom, is Puppet Up only for birthday parties?
Yes.
We do have a large number of fires that occur within the kitchen area, and a lot of times what will happen is people will leave items on the stove where they walk away, they get distracted. We have folks that have grease fires on the stovetop, and in their effort to try and extinguish that, the first thing that comes to mind is that you utilize water to put out fire. And unfortunately with grease, the water ultimately ends up spreading the fire.
Good job, good job. Now let's get some butter.
Recently we were able to coordinate our public education effort to provide educational information on cooking safety with our own local Guy Fieri, who happens to be now a celebrity chef.
Well, there's a lot of fires that go on in the kitchen for simple reasons, and a couple quick ideas that people can follow to keep this from happening, because you know a little fire can turn into a huge fire in a short period of time. One of the first things is stay in the kitchen. If you're cooking, I know sometimes we got to wait around and see how long it's going to take, and we want to get the score of the game or answer the phone, but stay in the kitchen, watch what you're cooking. One, you won't burn it, and two, you might not burn down your house.
Pour it on in, okay?
Second is keep kids away from the stove. Kids are always real curious about what's going on. You're spending time there, they want to see. Sure. So keep the handles of any of your pots and pans over to the side so the kids, the little ones, can't reach up and grab them. Kids always want to see what's going on, and I think it's fun to involve kids in cooking, but only when supervised. Next one is keep things like pot holders and towels and all these little items that we use in the cooking process away from what we're cooking, because this thing right here can catch on fire. That catches on fire, leads to the next thing. If you do happen to have a fire that goes in pans, and a lot of time we're doing fried chicken or you're making egg rolls or anything that has oil and has water getting into it, it can splash out. Well, the oil catches on fire. First things first, don't move that. Take a heavy lid and put that over top of the fire and turn off the flame, okay? And let it be. If you do happen to get a burn, run that under cold water for at least 10 minutes. And if that doesn't seem to take care of it, call for medical assistance. And sometimes we get fires in the oven. When we're baking a big turkey, a little too much going on down there. If you see the fire in the oven, you can look through, turn off the heat source, keep the door shut. That should extinguish the fire, but if that doesn't work, we recommend definitely calling the fire department.
Definitely. Anytime you have a fire in the kitchen, we want to make sure that we notify the fire department. We get rolling to the scene. That way we can help you mitigate any problem that you have.
If you're at your home and you have a hardline telephone, always dial 911. If you're dialing from a cell phone, try and have the 7-digit numbers pre-programmed, so that way you go directly to a local dispatch center. Fires happen every day. Everyone is susceptible to that type of an incident, and sometimes it is very difficult to walk away from an incident and not carry that with you. But at the same time, I focus on the aspect that my findings and how I proceed with my job, I can ultimately help to educate other people in the community and ensure that they have the opportunity to benefit from the loss that's occurred from another family, and hopefully, forego that in their own home in the future.